Hi everyone, I'm the Lloyd and my channel is all about making our lives easier using Apple HomeKit. If that's something that you're interested in, then please consider subscribing to catch my future videos. Having a well-built smart home can help us save energy and add convenience through scenes and automations, so we can spend more time on the things in life that actually matter. That's why having the right products is so important. So make sure to take your time when building your smart home and do your research. I've spent countless hours installing, using, and testing so many HomeKit accessories. Today I want to share my experiences with you and help you with that research. Here are my top 7 HomeKit accessories that have helped me to create a solid foundation for my smart home. There's so many great accessories out there, so I won't be able to cover every awesome accessory, but you will hear about my absolute favorites. I'll also share a few that, in my opinion, I think you should avoid. Well, let's get started with my top 7 in no particular order. I've done several videos featuring these products, so links to the full review will be in the description. Where possible, I'll also include affiliate links in the description in case you decide that you want to purchase any of these items. It would help my channel out and at no additional cost to you. Let's get started with Eve Aqua. If you live in a house and you don't have an irrigation system, then I highly recommend Eve Aqua. This is a HomeKit-enabled water controller that takes away much of the effort of watering your lawn or garden. Within the Eve app, you can set up a default duration, so anytime you decide to water your lawn, you no longer have to set a timer to remember to go outside and turn the water off. Even better, you can create a watering schedule so you never forget to water your garden. You can combine this with a simple Siri shortcut to even further customize your watering schedule and suspend the watering if it's going to rain. Eve rolled out a firmware update earlier this year, so in addition to connecting via Bluetooth, Eve Aqua also communicates using Thread if you have a border router like a HomePod Mini or the newest Apple TV 4K. And the addition of Thread is especially significant for the Eve Aqua because before, it was difficult for many to maintain a solid Bluetooth connection to the outside, and often requiring the addition of Eve Extend in order to extend that Bluetooth range. Eve Aqua costs $129.95, and I promise you, it's worth every penny. Next on my list is the Ecobee Thermostat. The Ecobee Thermostat was one of my first HomeKit accessories, and seriously, it's so smart that I really don't even have to think about it. In fact, I rarely even use it within HomeKit. The Ecobee allows you to set up comfort settings for home, away, and sleep, then create a schedule for each day of the week. The Ecobee also has a smart home and away feature that detects whether or not you're home. So perhaps your schedule is set to away while you're at work, but you took a vacation day or maybe it's a holiday. Well, the Ecobee will realize that you're home and automatically use your home's comfort settings. Since humidity plays a large part in what temperature feels comfortable, Ecobee includes a feels like temperature so you can adjust your heating and cooling based on your home's humidity level. Going on vacation? Ecobee has you covered there as well, so you can just enter the time that you're leaving and when you expect to return. This way you won't be unnecessarily heating or cooling your home while you're away, and when you arrive back home, your temperature is as comfortable as when you left. Ecobee also has these room sensors which are great to place throughout the house to ensure you're getting a more accurate temperature. This is especially great if you have areas in your house that often feel warmer or cooler than the rest of your house. You can also choose which sensors participate within your comfort settings. For example, I have a room sensor in our bedroom, and this is the only sensor that participates in my sleep schedule, since I only care about the temperature in the bedroom when sleeping, not my main floor where the main device is. The room sensors are exposed to HomeKit as motion sensors, however, I personally find them a little slow to respond for general automations. You can log into ecobee.com to see even more information, including a monthly report to view usage reports and estimated monthly savings. Because the Ecobee is so smart, you sometimes forget that it's even there, which is honestly how it should be. But for those times when you're feeling a little cool or warm, it's great having that HomeKit functionality to ask Siri to adjust the temperature. I'm currently using the Ecobee 4, which has Alexa built in, but if you're like me, this can be easily disabled. Apple announced during WWDC that Siri is coming to third-party devices starting with the Ecobee later this year. Honestly, with HomePod Minis through my house, this isn't a feature that really benefits me, but if it's something that you're interested in, then watch out for that. There's also an Ecobee 5 that came out earlier this year, which is supposed to have an improved speaker, and it can connect to either the 2.4 or the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band, compared to just the 2.4 on previous versions. If you don't need room sensors, then I recommend the Ecobee 3 Lite, which is selling for $199 Canadian. Or you can get the newest Ecobee 5 for $329 and it comes with one room sensor. As of recording this, it's currently on sale for $269, so an excellent deal. You can also buy additional room sensors for $89 for a 2-pack. I will include affiliate links for this and other products in the description. Next on the list is the Logitech Circleview Doorbell, a HomeKit doorbell with HomeKit Secure Video. I've been using mine now for a couple of months and I absolutely love it. I have mine set up to get notifications whenever someone comes to the door, even if they don't ring the doorbell. HomeKit analyzes the person's face against your Take Faces within the Photos app and honestly does a really great job. I love being able to see who's at the door, whether home or away, and the notifications on the Apple TV are so convenient. It's also great when you're away from home to use the two-way audio. You can easily acknowledge a delivery and let the person know to just leave something at the door, or maybe let the person know that you'll be home in just a couple of minutes. Of course, if you have a HomeKit enabled lock, then you can also have the option to just let the person in. The video quality is great and I have my chimes playing through my HomePod. So no matter where I am in the house, I hear the doorbell. Also coming soon will be package detection, which was announced during WWDC earlier this month. The Circleview doorbell is sold on the US Apple website or directly from Logitech for $199 for their self-installation option. Unfortunately, this is only available in the US, so I really hope this comes to more countries soon. You can buy this in Canada from wantboard.com, but for a hefty $341.99. So hopefully you have some nice friends in the US that can maybe help you out. Okay, let's talk about the HomePod Mini. This one's gonna be brief because if you've seen any of my previous videos, then you already know how much I love the HomePod, and I'll link a couple of videos that I did in the description. The HomePod Mini is so versatile, and in my opinion, it's essential for a smooth running and functional smart home. It's a home hub, a thread border router, a solid speaker, and a fast and easy way to set your scenes and control your HomeKit accessories. Music, reminders, timers, messages, intercom, and phone calls. These things are amazing and well priced at only $129 Canadian. My amazing family just got me my 6th HomePod Mini for Father's Day. It's my first black Mini and so far I'm digging the color. Speaking of color, how great would it be to see colorful HomePod Minis like the iMacs that came out earlier this year? I know my kids would love that. Maybe something to watch out for this fall. Next is Lutron Caseta. Few things are more dependable than Lutron Caseta. Yes, you need a hub and these light switches do cost a little bit more than their competition, but in my opinion, these switches can't be beat in terms of both speed and reliability. I have roughly 30 Lutron switches throughout my home and they just work every time. When it comes to light switches, that's all I can ask. You can install it and forget about it. A switch that works 98% of the time just won't do. Caseta switches are fast, and because they connect using Lutron's hub through their Clear Connect technology, these switches won't put a strain on your Wi-Fi network. Light switches may not be the most exciting smart home product that you'll ever buy, but when you think about the investment to replace all of your switches, this is one decision that you want to get right. You really can't go wrong with Lutron. Okay, Nanoleaf Essentials light bulbs. The Nanoleaf Essentials lights are bright with vibrant colors, and how can you not love the rhombicozy dodecahedron shape? These bulbs deserve to be in an art gallery. These lights are great, and not only do they connect using thread, but they're actually full thread devices, which means they can help to strengthen and extend your thread mesh network. I love the price at $26.95 per bulb. My previous go-to was Philips Hue, which I still think are great, but they cost more than twice the price at $59. Nanoleafs are very comparable in quality. When you consider the price with the addition of thread, Nanoleaf is the clear winner here. What I really want to see is Nanoleaf, or even a third party like Lutron, develop a switch like the Lutron Aurora that works with Nanoleaf bulbs. The one case where I still recommend Philips Hue over Nanoleaf is when the lights are connected to a wall switch. By spending a little bit more on Philips Hue and adding a Lutron Aurora, you can save yourself the headache of guests turning your light switches off. Last on my list is Eve door and window. Like most products, door and window sensors need to be reliable and quick to respond. There are so many uses for door and window sensors and lots of automation possibilities. Whether it's for home security, getting a notification when your beer fridge or liquor cabinet's been opened, or just having the lights turn on when a door opens, there are so many great uses. I've used Eve door and window for a couple of years now and it's always worked pretty well using Bluetooth, but now that it has Thread, wow, these things respond quickly and have been super reliable. You can pick up Eve door and window for $59.95 Canadian, and admittedly they are pricier than some others on the market, but if you're placing them anywhere important, then the speed and reliability that you get from these sensors is well worth the money. Before we get into the HomeKit products that I think you should avoid, I just want to add a few honorable mentions. This list was really hard because there's so many great HomeKit products out there. So first of all is the Aurora. I mentioned this one earlier, and this is another one of my favorite HomeKit products because not only can I control my lights right from the Aurora, but it locks the light switch into the on position, and I don't have to worry about all those dreaded no response errors. Any gray hairs that you see here came from before I started using Lutron Aurora. Another Thread device, and that's Eve Weather. Because it's Thread, it's easy to place anywhere outside, and you can generally expect to be able to maintain a connection. I love looking through my historical weather data and using it as part of my morning shortcut. Another one is the Aqara door and window sensor. If you're looking for a fast and budget-friendly option, then consider Aqara. I'm new to Aqara and I'm still in the process of testing out many of their products, but so far I've been impressed with their performance for their price. Okay, now it's time to talk about some of the products that I think you should avoid. But first, I'm just gonna ask that if you're getting value from this video, then please show your support by hitting that like button. Now, I don't like being negative about products, but I also don't want you to spend your hard-earned money on products that just aren't very good in my opinion. And yes, this is my opinion and it's based on my experience. So just because I had a bad experience doesn't mean that you will, but don't say I didn't warn you. Let me start with the Wemo Mini Smart Plug. Sadly, I bought a bunch of them a while back and I've been phasing them out. I'm gonna be blunt and say that these things are terrible as they're constantly unresponsive. Sometimes you can just unplug them and then plug them back in, but other times you need to completely remove them from HomeKit, reset them, and re-add them. My pick for smart plugs is Miros for something basic if you want to save some money. It uses Wi-Fi, but it's fast and reliable. If you're willing to spend a little bit more money, then I would suggest Eve Energy. It monitors energy and it's a full thread device. So like the Nanoleaf bulbs, it helps to strengthen and extend your thread mesh network. Sorry Belkin, here's another product that I can't recommend. The Wemo switch uses Wi-Fi and it's pretty fast when it works, but that's pretty hit and miss. Like I said when giving my praise to Lutron Caseta, even if it works most of the time, it's not good enough. The Wemo switch is often unresponsive, and at one point it totally just left HomeKit, and like their smart plug, I had to reset it and then re-add it into HomeKit. That's not acceptable in my opinion. The Wemo switch also has a light on it, which I think would be fine in most cases, but not if you put it in a bedroom like me. At night, it lights up the room too much and I like to sleep in complete darkness. Maybe that one's on me, but it would be nice if that light could be disabled. I don't mean to be so critical of Belkin's Wemo product line. I've used other Belkin accessories in the past that have been great, but hopefully we'll see improvements in the near future. I certainly haven't written them off and I'd be interested in retesting an improved product line in the future. I don't think it's too much to ask for smart home products to be reliable and responsive. That's kind of the point of HomeKit. If you had a great experience with Wemo products, then please feel free to share in the comments. Next on my list is the VOCOlinc LS2 light strip. $50 may sound like a bargain, but again, if it doesn't work, it's not worth it. These lights have such a hard time staying connected in HomeKit, it's beyond frustrating. I've gotten to the point where my daughter just uses the included physical switch on the light strip to control her bed lights because it just doesn't work in HomeKit. The colors are also not great, especially the whites, as they always come out either a little on the red or blue side. Anyone remember that CBC show Street Sense? Well, this light strip, it's fit for the pit. Also, what's been happening with VOCOlinc? They seem to have disappeared off the face of the earth. It's odd because I've still seen their products in stores, however, they're not on social media, and I've heard some of you mention that they're not responding to tech support calls. It's unfortunate if something did happen because I really do like the VOCOlinc flower bud, and I was hoping to test out their air purifier. My last product to avoid is one that honestly isn't as bad as the others that I've mentioned, but one that I would still stay away from if I had the chance to do it over again, and that's the Weiser Premis lock. I have two of these locks and they're decent and work most of the time, but this is a lock we're talking about, so the most basic and essential of home security. It has to work every time or I'm locked out, or worse, I have to find my keys, which to be honest is probably inside my house. Reliability in this case is even more important than a light switch. I've heard some good reviews on other locks like August and Level. Personally, I'm waiting for a thread-enabled lock to come out before replacing my existing locks. I'm also interested in trying out the new Apple keys, which was announced at WWDC earlier this month. During the keynote, they showed a slide with several manufacturers including Aqara and Schlage. So what do you think about my list? Did I miss anything? Is there anything that you disagree with? Let me know in the comments so we can all learn from each other. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.